News and analysis at townhall.com. Mariota here. I think a lot of people just accept pain, right? This is just how it is now. I don't think that has to be true. Let me tell you how it works. He's up in Oregon, works 10-hour days, driving a garbage truck in and out all day. It really did a number on his knee. He said it got so bad, he couldn't even bend it. Now think about that. Trying to work, take care of your family, your body just isn't cooperating. Well, George tried Relief Factor, and this is what got me. She said, I can bend my knee again with very little pain. Simple, but when you get something like that back, it matters. My brother Kurt had difficulty going up and down the stairs in the morning until he followed my advice. After about a week, all of that stuff is working. If you're dealing with aches and pains, see if Relief Factor works for you. It's drug-free with a 3-week quick start for just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com. Or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF. You don't have to just accept living with pain. A humpback whale that was released after a rescue has been found dead off Denmark. Correspondent Julie Walker reports on
Good morning.
To a quite remarkable story.
After a spectacular rescue, a humpback whale was not able to survive. The whale, nicknamed Timmy and Hope, was found dead off the Danish island and was identified Saturday after authorities were able to access a tracking device they had fastened to it. 2 weeks ago, the whale was stranded off Germany's Baltic Sea coast. It's not clear why it swam far from its habitat, although some experts say it may have lost its way following a shoal of herring or during migration. It was rescued with the help of an excavator and transported toward the North Sea in a barge. Experts and others debated over every aspect of that rescue. Much of it was live streamed. I'm Julie Walker.
More news at townhall.com. California spends more on welfare than almost any state. And now Governor Gavin Newsom has announced $20 million in state funds to distribute free diapers to low-income mothers through the nonprofit Baby to Baby.
Opponents of the move point out that Baby to Baby's co-CEO sits on the board of the California Partners Project, a gender equality nonprofit founded by the governor's wife, Jennifer Siebel Newsom, which helped facilitate the partnership. Critics note diapers are already subsidized and widely donated and allege a conflict as California Partners has received over $4.4 million in behested payments. Donations solicited at the request of public officials amid a sharp rise in such payments since 2018. John Scott reporting.
Representative Julia Leplo has advanced to a runoff in Louisiana's Republican Senate primary, capitalizing on President Trump's endorsement. You'll find more on these stories, plus breaking news at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express
Just shut up the Starbucks boys, right?
Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
Red one.
I mean, what's happening in
What do you think of my haircut? Looks good.
It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host,
Fine.
yourself.
The haircut?
Middleboro News here on AM 1530 WPM. Hey, Joey.
Nothing
What's happening?
abnormal about that.
Looks good.
There's nothing abnormal about a haircut, though.
I told he's dropping by. So
Yeah, Don. At some point, yeah. At some point. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Me and Don were talking about haircuts off the air.
well, I just got my haircut.
Yeah, mine probably before we go on vacation.
And I had the same person
Probably.
for 15 years, and she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's awesome. She,
Yeah.
She's really accommodated as far as last minute, because I'm last minute Donnie here. So, but she does a great job, and she always makes me look good. I always come look like an ape, and she always makes me look like a prince. So, kind of look at your mop over there. So,
Well,
that's the whole idea of the conversation before we went out there.
Probably after my birthday, I'll go.
After your birthday,
Yes, after my birthday.
you're gonna look like you're gonna look like the
After
mop top.
after
You
my
look like one of
birthday,
the Beatles.
after my birthday, but before my vacation.
You know what? When we go to the Chachi time there, Lorenzo's on June 5th, which is your birthday, right?
Yes.
He could look like one of the Beatles, '60s Beatles, right? Big mop, big rat's nest. You know, that's what I call my hair when it gets out of it.
Anyway,
call it the rat's nest.
yeah. Speaking of that, we are going on vacation, me and Don. The June 28th Middleboro in review. We will be off. It will most likely be a tape. Actually, definitely will be a tape. So stay tuned for that. That's June 28th. Again, we will be off. Me and Don will be off. We're going to be going to Florida, sunny Florida, in late June, from June 21st, late June 21st, afternoon of June 21st to all the way to the 2nd of July, evening of July.
We got family down there. We're really looking to see, and you haven't seen the family down there, even in Aiken. And we're gonna go a nice little road trip. We do ferry boats, bridges, and we're gonna work our way to Coca Island.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. They just on the 14th, they just had their Oka Island ceremony. Remember that they have that?
Something I'll talk about on Monday.
Yeah.
I'll mention that on Monday.
Yeah.
All right. So welcome in everybody to Middleboro Review. As usual, we had a great show planned for you today. We have a guest coming on at some point. It might be on this show. It might be next week. I haven't confirmed it yet. So I'm not going to divulge any more details, but I have an interesting guest.
Boy, it's a surprise to me. You didn't even tell me.
Well, yeah. Well, I have.
For today?
No, not today. Next week. Next week, Don. Potentially, if she gets back, when she gets back to me. If the date is next Sunday, then that's what.
Okay, you did tell me.
Then that's what it will be. But if it's not, we'll move on to the next week. But there is a guest I am planning on having either on Middleboro in Review, Middleboro Matters, or my hometown talk show on the Fridays. Very soon. So stay tuned for that. Right now, not divulging any information because it's not confirmed. She has not gotten back to me yet.
Last Friday,
Yes.
was the second live show for Louie Laura, right?
This past Friday,
And
yesterday.
it wasn't yesterday. It was Friday. Yesterday was Saturday.
Sorry, yeah. Duh.
It's Sunday.
Friday, yes.
It's Sunday.
I don't know what day it is.
Good. You run a radio show and you don't know what day it is? What's the matter with you?
I don't know, Don.
Well,
A lot
no.
of things.
I'm gonna pick on you. I'm just saying. He had the same Friday guest he had on his first show, right?
Yes.
And I listened to that
It was
one.
very good.
Unbelievable.
And we're not done yet. We still got some more to talk. We still have some. He has some more to talk with Dr. Hannah.
So the format on that show is 1 week live, 1 week tape, right?
Yes.
So I mean, now he did a second live show, Louis, and he's going to do a tape show Friday. So I missed it Friday, but I'm going to try to listen to it because I've learned so much about Taunton that I'm into history too, and I've learned so much about Taunton. That's just these little nooks and crannies around Taunton that have so much historical significance. And so I'm looking forward to. So that's what's the name of the show?
Voices of Our Region.
Voices of Our Region. You had to look for that one, didn't you?
It's right here in front of
cheat
me.
sheet there,
It's
right?
right here in front of me.
Thank God you got
Yeah,
a cheat sheet
the
there, huh?
Yes. Yes. So yeah, check that out every Friday. Again, it'll be tape. It'll be a tape this
Yeah.
upcoming Friday.
Yeah,
but-
so it'd be the second. It'd be the second show with the same person.
Mhm.
Unbelievable. Just little tidbits of little areas around random Taunton he was talking about. He was talking about more too. That he just knows that if you drive by, the beginning of our country is right around here, and just different events that happened. I love dissecting history.
Yes.
I really do. And his guest, Louis' guest, really did a good job on that. So, I mean, I was really impressed with that. So, if anyone's listening Friday at 11 a.m., right? 11 to 1.
11:05 a.m. to 12.
Yes.
I mean, not 12, to 1.
Yeah.
There we go. So we got that. So we talked about June 28th. Me and Don will be off the air.
Me and Don.
Don and I. Okay, Don. Yeah. You're important, Don.
Only your Aunt Mary, who's an English teacher, tells you should. You got to tell Joey that he's going to say
Don
and
and
I. It's
Don
English.
and I.
So all the English teachers are like rolling their eyes every time you say that.
So recap. Don and I.
It's always me. It's me. I'm more important than you are.
Let me
I'm the
finish.
star.
Let me finish, Don.
All right.
Recap. Me and Don will be off the air on
No,
June.
you just said it again.
You didn't let me finish.
Yeah, but
that's why I had to say it again because you didn't let me
You
finish.
just say Don and I.
I'm recapping here. June 28th. Me and Don are off the air.
Don and I.
Whatever. All right. Whatever at this point.
It's my shoulder.
And then
Yep.
potential for a great guest coming on Middleboro Review. If not Middleboro Review, definitely Middleboro Matters or definitely Hometown Talk. So there you go. There's your recap of things we've already talked about. So wanted to make sure I recapped here. Coming up after us, we will have a great Bread of Life program, as we always do every single Sunday. This particular Bread of Life program is called today Blurred Vision. So stay tuned. That is coming up after us.
You want to talk about somebody who just put me in a better place when the Reverend was in, was it March? Yeah, it was mid-March.
Yep.
She had a family loss, which is devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the dumps, and he showed up, and he put a little light, little spark in my heart. Having the pastor here, it really helped. It helped me. So his sermons are really, really good. I mean, if you're down, you should listen. It was a real treat and honor to have the Reverend here, because it physically, mentally helped me.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes. Sometimes people just know what to say, and we're in a good format, and it was good. So I mean, I'll thank Reverend Ortiz for that.
So
And
absolutely. So that's coming up.
It was really important.
That's coming up at 8:05 this morning. Stay tuned for that. Great message. Great messages as always. So
Great guest to have too.
Absolutely.
It's really a pleasure to have him.
Coming up after him, it's the Sunday Rosary, 8:30 a.m. And then 9 o'clock would be Info Track. 9:30 to 11 o'clock is the network. So
Talking information.
Talking Information Center. So some great programs there.
They
during that time.
They got some interesting stuff. Yes.
11 to 12 is Musical Odyssey, and then 12 to 1 o'clock is Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Bishop Tony Branch. Yep, so there you go. So that's our schedule for today. Got a great week of programs, of course, coming up the this following week here. Monday through Friday, great programs. Ron Lancaster, Paul Lazarovich on Thursdays, Chris Keach and Ron Lancaster was great. Morning news every day for everybody. Next Monday, you won't hear Chris's voice, but you'll hear my voice on the morning wake up news for Memorial Day, because Memorial Day holiday. I'll be doing the morning wake up news.
I always like about the morning wake up moves into the first hometown talk, the baton toss.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that. Absolutely.
Meaning you and Chris are yakking it out before he leaves, and I'm sure he does the same with Ron too on Tuesdays, and I love that. I mean, two DJs.
That's fun.
Or when two radio personalities get together and they're ready to, because Chris was doing the news, or Ron does the news sometimes, and I just love the baton toss. It's just cool. I always like that. I always think that's a real milestone of radio, in my opinion, when personalities do that. So,
I agree, absolutely.
on a lighter note, I want to wish Godspeed to my good friend Billy and his son Eric. They are leaving. He said 7:30. Wheels up
10 minutes today.
Yeah,
Leaving today? 10 minutes.
Yeah. From Florida up to Pennsylvania. I was supposed to do the trip with him. I did it last year with him, and I couldn't do it. But he has a son doing it, and his brother did that trip with him too. I talked about that, and I love the idea of that because I did it with my brother. I mean, in December, and we did it in March, and it's a real bonding situation because you're captured next to you for hours upon hours, and you talk about stuff like childhood memories. You talk about stuff. You complain about people. You complain about things. You talk about things. You talk about music. You just really spend time with your loved one, and it's in your brother or your sister or whoever or your son or whatever. That's important, and I love the idea that it's a 2-day trip up to his family home, and then his son probably fly back or whatnot. It's been a couple of days, but I love the idea that they're doing that. And yeah, I'm kind of glad he did it and not me. And he got someone, he got him to do it, and he did it with his brother. And I'm not sure if my brother's going to do it again. He just kind of handled the drive, but he'll probably end up doing it. He's going to say, I'm going to put it on. He's sitting there trying to he's thinking about the math. The math. I'm all about the math. What's cheaper? Well, we're never going to do the auto train ever again. That's never again.
Yeah.
Never again. Because it wasn't. Well, he bought it too late, so he didn't get a deal on the. So, but he might drive again or whatever. But even if he flies down, I'm going with him.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's important. There's traditions in life you got to do, and you can't let your family pass your family by because time goes so fast. So that's why we're going down to Florida. We're gonna go see Sissy and.
Yeah.
You know what? I was talking to her about you and your picky eating habits, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Can we talk about that in a few minutes?
No, I'm just one more thing, and then you can just keep going.
Okay.
Okay. That you're not a big American chop suey guy, but you'll eat it there in front of her, but you won't eat it anywhere else.
Oh.
You're a pushover.
I
You're
feel
an absolute pushover.
I feel like I have to.
Because it's good. No, you have to because it's good. When someone goes out of their way to make dinner, when you make hot dogs and
when a
beef
family
for me-
member when a family member makes dinner, you are obligated to at least try it.
yeah,
you have to
and
at
it's
least try
good, and it's good.
You have to at least try it.
Well, I remember
come
you
on.
didn't even like steak and cheese sandwiches, and then you fell in love with the Angelo steak
Sure.
and cheese sandwiches. You're just out of
Sure.
your mind. But I
Yeah.
had to push you like over the cliff first.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, right?
But yeah, I mean, it's respectful.
Nothing is better.
It's a respect thing when it comes to family members and food.
Right, but
like,
nothing
you should at least try.
It's better when you pull up. We're driving now,
And it was good.
and we're gonna have
And it was good.
We're gonna have some
So-
comfort food. Got a menu for me. Billy does the same thing too. He just makes menus, and something about that is just touches you. You always homemade food. You kidding me?
Homemade food's always good. So
Yeah.
so it is good, but it's also a respect thing. Like if a family member makes something for you, you have to at least try.
Well, what if I don't know? What if they put a liverwurst sandwich in front of you? You're not gonna I'm not
okay,
gonna
then-
eat it.
okay, there you go. Yeah, so that's-
there's some,
there is some exceptions. Like I will
there's some
not eat that.
sardines. There's some sardines and
But for the
beets.
for the most part, you have to.
Yeah.
If it's something that you're going to at least tolerate, you should do it.
No, you fall in love with it.
and you end up 9 times out of 10
Yeah,
or
you got American
9.5
chop
times
suey,
out of
you
10.
got,
Yeah,
chicken
it's that
pie,
absolutely. I agree.
Breakfast, like do a spread of brunch, like eggs. And my sister makes the best scrambled eggs ever. something about the way she makes scrambled eggs is just unbelievable. I mean,
I'm not a huge fan of scrambled eggs. I mean, I'll try them. I've had them before.
it's how they made. It's how they made.
I like normal egg sandwiches.
And ask them
Like
what
a
you put
normal
in
egg
it,
egg and cheese.
and they
stuff.
stonewall you. They don't really tell you what they put in it. It's it's like none of your business. Shut up and eat. You know.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, it's huge. It's huge when it's good to get together for supper, family. You know, everyone talks about the day. It's an important thing
Exactly.
because life doesn't pass you by that fast when you can slow down and just talk to your family.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on here. Dawn, I did talk about Cat's Deli on Friday. By the way.
Oh, you did?
You missed it. You didn't call in.
No,
I'll get your opinion on it later.
I didn't have the truck with the Bluetooth, so I couldn't listen.
I'll get your opinion on it later when we go to our transportation topic, because we're going to talk about our journey on Wednesday later on in the show. Stay tuned. Okay. All right. 7:25 a.m.
Half the show's over.
After the show's over, and the tangents we were trying to go where we're going on here. I was trying to steer us back to where we need to go, but Dawn wants to talk
That
about
was big
things.
different.
Anyway, weather 62 degrees in Taunton. Beautiful day today. 85 today for the high. 55 for the low. Clear skies for the day today. Of course, warm weather. 78 tomorrow. 88 Monday. 88. Tomorrow is Monday. 88 Tuesday and Wednesday. So beautiful days on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. And then we go right back down to the weather where we've been experiencing. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be happy about Tuesday and Wednesday. That's for sure. But yeah. Anyway, that's your weather for Taunton. For Middleboro, same thing. Cloudy skies, 62 degrees, high of 84, low of 56. Clear skies today with a little bit of wind, so that'll feel nice. 77 tomorrow, 88 on Tuesday and on Wednesday. There is a chance, it is a low chance, but there is a chance of rain, sometimes heavy, on Wednesday. All right, Driscoll, Texas, 78 degrees right now, high at 90, low of 78. Windy today in Driscoll, Texas. Wind gusts right now up to 22 miles per hour. Windy Monday, windy Tuesday, highs in the low 90s as well. And some rain also by the end of the week as well, as temperatures dip below 90 into the 80s. Driscoll, North Dakota, 44 degrees, feels like 34, and it's May 17th. When is it going to warm up in some parts of this country, Don? Like I was telling you this morning, yesterday, I heard along some portions of I-80, they were going to get a snowstorm in May. I think it's like this has been kind of crazy. I don't know. If there's anyone out there that may know this, weather-wise, you study a little bit of weather, and you might know this. Does this have anything to do with the potential El Nino we're going to have? This super El Nino that I've been hearing about. Has this weird weather have anything to do with that? I don't know. Don, your thoughts on all this weird weather?
Well, I heard there was a snowstorm up at the Upper Peninsula in Michigan like a couple of days ago, like 2 feet of snow. And usually they're gearing up for their spring and summer boating season up there. And now they're digging everything out. I think it's just a fluke thing. It's been chilly here. I mean,
Yes.
chilly here.
Yes, it has.
Still. They went through. I mean, like the price of oil went up because of what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of our customers were just getting like 100 gallons, like at the beginning of April.
Mm-hmm.
So we give them 100 because the price is high. They don't know,
Yeah.
But they're blowing through it already. Usually, the last deliveries in April gets them through the summer, especially if they, heat hot water with oil. that gets them, that gets them to September, October. The season kicks back in. They blow it through because they're running. Usually, you just run the 100 gallons, and if it was warm, if it was normal weather, that 100 gallons will last all summer for your hot water. But they probably use them for heat. Now they're all running out. I'm going to find out that every Monday I go in there, it's just everyone who ran out over the weekend because because they only got 100 gallons. It's a whole pile. Monday's always
you're pretty much done. Normally by this point, Don, I believe, right?
Well,
I mean, normally.
Normally I can duck out the door, but I don't think that's gonna be the case.
No, you're
I don't know. I just
probably into June, honestly.
I don't know. I've been doing this for a while, and I just think, and if the price drops, which could happen any minute. It could just drop.
It could happen any minute. It could drop.
It could drop like a rock. Okay, so
and that's probably where
I'm sure the shock factor is done as far as hitting refineries and back and forth with what's going on in the Middle East. I think the shock factor is done. So I think a lot of that's because absorbed up. Now, if things work out, that price is going to drop because once all that oil escapes out of the strait and all these other avenues that they've been pursuing, there's going to be a lot of oil out there. And we don't want to move it fast, real fast. So they got to be could be fire sales. I mean, it's going to be real cheap. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you got to be careful what you buy because you don't be stuck with something that's too expensive people don't want. I mean, if it drops tomorrow, you got a couple of days before you can keep the price up to pay. But I mean, it won't last that long within 2 days. So you look at the price. Even if you see the price drop like a rock, you still got to think of people like gas stations who have the gas in their tanks. They need a week to burn that off. So once you see it drop, give it about a week.
All right, Holiday, Florida, 88 degrees for the high today with a low of 72, 75 currently. Clear skies, mostly sunny skies. Thunderstorms could be around tonight in the Holiday, Florida area. You got the temperatures kind of hovering around upper 80s, low 90s, which I think is normal for that area this time of year. So at least you got some normal weather there in Florida right now. All right, it's 7:30. Let's take our news break. We'll be right back. All right.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Michael. Today on the National Mall here in Washington, D.C., President Trump will lead a rededicated 250 event, a National Jubilee of Prayer, Praise, and Thanksgiving. It's a national gathering calling believers across America to unite in worship, repentance, prayer, and gratitude. Organizers say the event will feature prayer, scripture, and prophetic praise. President Trump is urging a temporary suspension of the federal gas tax.
The president says the move would give more than 100 million drivers and truckers short-term relief. His plan, which would pause the 18.4-cent gasoline tax and more costly diesel tax until prices fall and then measured back in, could save about $3 a fill-up, but may need congressional approval. In the meantime, some states, including Indiana and Georgia, have already paused their gas taxes.
And welcome to reporting. As Democrats continue to block funding for programs they oppose, Senate Majority Leader John Thune says Republicans are working on legislative strategies to secure critical funding.
Reconciliation 2.0, and the first one we did last year, which we did literally a decade of legislating in one bill. Now we're going to have to fund the DHS, both ICE and CBP through the reconciliation bill. But there is a talk now, because we have a third bullet available to us, a third legislative vehicle, what a reconciliation 3.0 might look like.
He made his comments to the Salem Radio Network. The AI boom is leading to fights in some states over growing utility profits. Governors, attorneys general, and others are protesting rising electricity bills. They cash-strapped residents are stuck in a broken system. Officials in over a half dozen states are going to do lengths to try and block rate increases proposed by utilities under the burden of AI. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Mariota here. think a lot of people just accept pain, right? This is just how it is now. I don't think that has to be true. Let me tell you about George. He's up in Oregon, worked 10-hour days, driving a garbage truck, in and out all day. It really did a number on his knee.
I think there are oil companies out there, or I don't know if it was an oil company or a propane company somewhere out there in the Midwest. I was listening to one of their ads because I was listening to a MILB game, and they said like they have a rate like when you sign up with them, like that doesn't change at all for like I think the year was 20 years or something like that.
Yep.
I was like, really? That's interesting stuff. I think it was Texas or something. I don't know.
Returning from a cruise ship with a hantavirus outbreak has a quote presumptive positive test result. Information from the National Microbiology Lab in Winnipeg is expected soon. British Columbia's public health officer says the patient is in their 70s and is stable with mild symptoms. The outbreak on the MV Hondius has led to 3 deaths and 12 cases. 9 of them are confirmed. The hantavirus is not like COVID-19, though it lacks a pandemic potential, officials say. Elsewhere, the World Health Organization has declared.
Yeah, but we caught it. We caught it at the right time. I think
Caught what?
a hunter virus thing. I think we caught it at the exactly right time. I don't think it's gonna.
Variant of the virus, which has no approved treatments or vaccines. Last confirmed case has also been reported in Congo's capital, Kinshasa.
Now this Ebola thing is, I'm worried, a little worried about that because there's cases in a capital city there in Africa, so or near one. I'm a little worried about that because there's really no cure for that. Ebola, really no actual good cure for that. All right, moving on from that. Anyway.
Are scaling back or slowing deliveries to some of the area.
20 seconds.
The new exhibit at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame features the largest public display ever assembled of Paul McCartney's personal artifacts. Paul McCartney and Wings examines the musician's life after the Beatles through instruments, handwritten notes, and a lot of photographs. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Well, that's something to talk about with Chachi next time I have him on.
What?
Paul McCartney and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame exhibit, I guess. Wings. It's cool. Again, I mean, there's some good exhibits there. It's just some artists have way too much in there.
They really love their John Mellencamp.
They do. But hey, I do too.
Yeah.
I like John Mellencamp.
They got a small wall for like brush, and then they have like a whole room for Mellencamp.
3, 2, 1, 0. They got a whole room of Mellencamp stuff and a small little tiny wall in the corner with no lights, dark and for Rush.
That's what it was. We went with 2017. I wasn't impressed. I'll say it again. I don't care.
I don't care either. I was absolutely
impressed.
disappointed.
I thought
the best thing about it was the theater, and then Johnny Cash's tour bus.
Yeah, the theater was good.
That's
We
it.
sat there and watched a couple Beatles concerts and a Pink Floyd concert, I think it was. And then there was a Sirius Radio DJ booth,
Yeah,
which we do.
that's cool.
I'm not sure which it was. I think it was classic rock or something like that. They were up there doing their thing, and everyone was watching. Glaring at the woman trying to do a job. But I mean that's funny because your eyes are fixed on her. I mean, meaning that's what you wanted to do. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when we go. We went before you started here at WBBF, right?
I think
We
so.
went in June of 2017, and
I
you
think
started
so.
here in July. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, moving on from that. Today in history is 1756, during the 7 Years' War. That actually formally begins on this day, May 17th, 1756, as Britain declares war on France. 1792, the New York Stock Exchange is formed under the Buttonwood Agreement. 1875, Aristides wins the first ever.
Aristocracies.
No, it's Aristides. Aristides, I believe that's how you
Aristocracies, yeah.
pronounce it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Aristides wins the first Kentucky Derby with the jockey Oliver Lewis. 2 minutes 37 seconds.
What year was that? Does it say?
1875.
Nice.
Yes. 1900, the children's novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum is first published in the United States. The first copy is given to the author's sister. Now, I've seen the movie about 20 times.
What movie?
Wizard of Oz. I've seen that movie about 20 times. The background information for that film is just absolutely terrifying,
Yeah.
of what those actors had to go through.
Yeah.
Look it up, because
I think Buddy Epson got like skin poisoning or something like that from the. They painted him. Buddy Epson, he was the Tin Man, right?
mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then he ended up getting an eye infection from that. There was issues with the Cowardly Lion actor as well, with his outfit. The actress who played the Wicked Witch of the West had an accident there on set. Her stand-in, I believe, as well had an accident on set.
Yeah.
Then I think the Scarecrow was an issue with that too. And then everyone, if you follow Jody Garland's life and followed all the stories about her during that time, the things that happened to her on set there, when it comes to drugs, is ridiculous and really, really sad as well. So, yeah.
For such a classic
sad.
movie, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of evil dealings in the background.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. That probably wasn't the only movie where that was going on during that time, unfortunately. All right, so
But it was a perfect movie.
it was a great movie. Yeah, absolutely. The way they did it and things that they put into it, really state-of-the-art stuff back in that time. It was a really great film.
You know,
Absolutely.
you know another good movie too that second to none is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder.
Oh, the original one is just amazing.
I watched those. I watched those remakes. I can't waste my time.
The remakes aren't good.
No.
They're not good. I do enjoy Johnny Depp a little bit though. I think Johnny Depp does a really good job. But really there is no beating.
No, but because Johnny Depp, I saw that and it came up like he was just a weirdo. You know what I mean? Just a whack job.
Sure.
Gene Wilder was a different kind of. He was just
No, he was cool, calm, and collected.
He was
for
cool,
the majority of the film.
yeah. Except when he snaps on.
Of course, at the end, yes.
You
When he
get
snaps
nothing,
on
sir.
the
Good
grandfather.
day,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Oh, it was great. And oh no, please don't. You know what I mean? It's just like Gene Wilder, I'll tell you, is one of the most brilliant actors out there. I mean, he was unbelievable.
He was.
I think he did a couple movies where he partnered up with Richard Pryor too, Silver Streak.
Yeah.
It was that prison movie. It's just he was married to Gilda Radner there from Saturday Night Live, and he just something about Gene Wilder was just like was just magic. And that role that he played with Willy Wonka just put the aura around him
Absolutely.
after that point. Because
Absolutely.
you look at that and say, "This Willy Wonka," because that's I think Willy Wonka and the Chocolate came out in 1971.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I know he probably did movies before that,
Yeah.
but that now he just got this little this little glow around this man.
1954, the United States Supreme Court hands down the unanimous decision in Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas, outlawing racial segregation in public schools. One of the most important Supreme Court decisions ever, really. Definitely in the top 5 of important decisions that they've ever made. This decision here, Brown and the Board of Education. It was a really important time in the 50s and 60s with segregation as well, and the way that the government dealt with that in some of these cases, like the Supreme Court's decision on Brown and Board of Education is good. It's very good.
Well, part of the fallout from that was the Little Rock 7.
Of course.
And President Eisenhower sent federal troops in.
Yes.
So, I mean, you talk about what's going on today, and you just got to look back at your history.
Yeah.
You think everything's falling apart today? Go back and read your history.
Go back to the 50s.
Go back to the
60s.
1700s. Go back to the 1800s. It's
Go back to the 40s. Yeah.
just read your history before you start running your mouth about things going on.
1967, Don, you probably know quite a bit about this 6-Day War. President Jamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt demands dismantling of the peacekeeping UN emergency force in Egypt on this day in 1967. The 6-Day War. Very interesting.
Well, that didn't start until June, but that was that was down the Gulf of Aqaba, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I'm sorry, it was the Sinai Peninsula. It was the UN. They wanted the UN out. They wanted the UN out because Israelis invaded Sinai in '56. So yeah, that was the beginning of a lot of bloodshed.
1973, the Watergate scandal. Televised hearings begin in the United States Senate. And those were, I haven't checked those out, those hearings. I'm sure those were very explosive hearings for sure, back in 73. 1977, Nolan Bushnell opened the first ever Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater, later named Chuck E. Cheese in San Jose, California. I've never been. Never been. I've been to a Dave and Buster's. A long
I guess I'm a rotten
time ago.
parent because I never took you to Chuck E. Cheese, and
I don't think I'm missing out. I don't think I'm missing out.
Nah, I think you're all right. You think you turned out all right, kid? You know what I mean?
David Buster's was fun.
Yeah.
All those years when I went there. What was that, like 2008? It was a long time ago.
I took you there. I never took you there.
I thought you did. I thought you. It
Oh.
was
wait a
for a party or something.
I was thinking it was for your nephew Jay.
Yeah, I think it was a David Buster's. It was David Buster's. I think it was.
Oh,
David
it was a
Buster's.
Braintree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was over. Yeah.
Unless I'm thinking of the wrong place.
No, I think you're thinking about another place in West Bridgewater.
Okay, I'm thinking about the wrong place. So I've never been to a David Buster's.
My wallet got stolen. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And then I find it, and then I find it at a Wendy's. They called me at a Wendy's, and it was at the drive-thru like 2 days later.
Weird.
My money was gone, but that's the last I started putting my money in my wallet. I don't put my money in my wallet anymore.
That's weird. All right. 2007, May 17, 2007, trains from North and South Korea crossed the 38th parallel in a test run, which was agreed by both governments. This is the first time that trains have crossed the demilitarized zone since 1953.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a big one there. Birthdays. 1912, Archibald Cox, American lawyer and politician, the 31st United States Solicitor General. 1936, Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper. Yes. Check out Speed.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say. Check out Speed.
And he was in.
He was amazing in that.
Yeah, he was in Easy Rider too.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper, Peter Fonda, and Jack Nicholson.
1949, born on this day, 1949, Bill Buford, an English drummer, songwriter, and producer. Born on this day, we have two birthdays in 1956, both very big ones. Born on this day in 1956, Sugar Ray Leonard, American boxer. Also born on this day, 1956, Bob Saget, American comedian, actor, and television host.
He was on
Full House.
Full House, and when he finished that, there was I remember reading there was a clause in his contract that he couldn't go back up and stand up for like 5 years.
Wow.
Because he was filthy. You know what I mean? So they didn't want
Yeah.
Full House was a home, was a good image, family
Yes,
kind
it
of
was.
stuff, and then he comes up, but I think I saw he said it when he got back. I think it was 4 or 5 years. He had to wait. They paid him good. He says, I'm done working now. Well, you can't go out and start cussing him like you used to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
I mean, you're a super dad over here, and now you got to be filthy rotten.
I mean, Robert Williams was in a lot of movies that were that are considered kids films, and
a lot of comedians were like that. A
it-
lot of comedians were bad.
yeah, if you listen to especially his newer stuff like 2000s, 2008, things like that, his comedy, was more than filthy. Probably worse than Bob Saget.
But then you had Buddy Hackett.
Yeah.
Another one,
Yeah.
which you never thought it would be that bad, but depends. And then all the older ones. Even I don't think I've ever had Ronnie Dangerfield go off.
No.
I mean he had his own kind of
No.
Don Rickles, another one. Don Rickles.
You got some today. Even Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy. He is not filthy for
No.
the most part.
Even George Carlin back in the day. I mean,
back in the day, George Carlin.
yeah, but I mean,
yes.
he could do a stand up and not say one bad word
Absolutely.
and make you sit and make you'd be dying. You'd be laughing so much you'd hurt. So
Yes. All right. 1958. Trent. No, we're skipping one here. So that's the next one. We're missing one. 1958. Paul Di'Anno, born on this day, 1958. English rock singer and songwriter. Depending on who you ask, he was the best singer of Iron Maiden. Again, just depending on who you ask. I really thoroughly enjoyed those first two albums that he put out with Iron Maiden. I do consider Bruce Dickinson the best singer of Iron Maiden. I mean, but Paul Di'Anno was absolutely a close second. Paul Di'Anno,
It was
great
more-
stuff.
it was almost more punk roots.
It was punk, yeah. It was punk rock,
Well, it wasn't punk rock. Punk rock is different. It was more
punk metal, or
Yeah.
something along those lines. It was
Hard
punk
rock
rock, definitely punk.
Oh, it was different. It was, because
Yeah,
that's what was going on. I mean,
Mhm.
you had all these punk bands. I mean, between '78 and '81, and the Clash and the Stooges, all these bands that just came out of the woodwork. They've been around for years, and their sound, the Ramones, who's another one. They've been around forever, and it seemed like around '78, '79. Some people would even say Blondie, Rapture. I mean, more punk, sort of rap.
kind of.
You know?
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
think they all.
still question it a little bit, but yeah, whatever.
Well, the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah, I consider it the first rap song.
Yeah, that's definitely the first rap song.
Yes.
That was done in 1976.
Yes.
That's a great song. That's fun.
Absolutely.
You know?
Okay. Born this day in 1965. Now he is 61 today. Trent Reznor, American singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and
Yeah.
producer. He's a very interesting
Yeah.
guy there. Of course, singer of Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah. The best thing he ever did is to give Johnny Cash
To
that
give
song.
her Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Johnny Cash's version of her is awesome. There was a story about him as well, Trent Reznor, that he bought the house that Sharon Tate or LaBianca. I think it was the LaBianca murders there.
Oh,
he bought that
from
house.
The Manson.
Yeah, he bought that house.
Nice.
And he didn't live in that long. He quickly sold it. He just said it kind of creeped him out.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, he didn't want to live in it anymore. Born this day in 1968, Dave Abruzzi, American rock drummer and songwriter for Pearl Jam, or formerly of Pearl Jam. They kind of had a falling out, and
That early Pearl Jam.
yeah, that's the early Pearl Jam. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Deaths on this date, 1829. John Jay, American politician and diplomat, first Chief Justice of the United States of America. Important figure in United States history, John Jay was. 1886. There we go. Get it right, Joey. 1886, John Deere, another very important figure in America when it comes to the tractors. American blacksmith and businessman. He founded the Deere and Company, which again, huge company now. Deere. We used to own Deere tractors. Do we still own one?
No.
No, we don't now.
No.
But we used to. Everyone.
Well, that
Probably
green,
does.
that green color.
The green color is
That's
iconic.
Chuck, yeah.
Yeah,
The little deer, the deer, they got the deer.
Absolutely.
On.
yeah, it's iconic.
Yeah.
And passing away on this day, 14 years ago today, in 2012, Donna Summer passed away on this day.
She was such a class. She was from Boston, you know.
Yeah.
And she was such a class act. And I remember my sister used to love her. You know, Blondie and Donna Summer. That's all I ever heard coming out of her the radios from her. So you know, yeah, that's too bad. I mean, it's she did work hard for the money, and that was one of her big hits.
And we're gonna talk about Tina Turner next week.
You know?
Tina Turner passed away. It'll be next Sunday, I believe, or the
4 or
Sunday
5
after.
years ago or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. So, all right.
We got 3
3 minutes,
Transition.
Dawn. I'm gonna switch the mic over to you.
Yes.
Tell us your experience when it comes to Wednesday. I already told you everyone mine on Friday.
Well, as according to my buddy Mickey, I drag you through the mud. You know what I mean? I drag you all over the place, keep you out for like 17 hours, but that's good for you. You toughens you up.
It is.
Yeah. So I mean, we like trains, so we drove to Waterbury. We did the Waterbury branch on the Metro North. Had to swap trains because it's not a direct connection at Bridgeport and going to Grand Central. Take the subway to Cat's Diner. Not Cat's Diner, Cat's Delicatessen, world famous Cat's.
Cat's Deli, Cat's Delicatessen.
Did you like it, Joe?
I raved about it on
You
Friday.
didn't even eat when you got home. You couldn't eat no room for food. No, for dinner. Nothing.
Best hot pastrami sandwich I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, we're going back. It was fun. And then coming back, of course, I looked at the schedule wrong. And the train I was supposed to grab. That's funny because they had a 5:22 and a 5:25 that went to Waterbury.
But they don't put things out like that good enough. They don't.
Right.
They don't
So,
communicate.
You're talking a 3-minute difference going to the same. So 5:22 would have, you know. Then the guy, Mr. Personality, conductor, man, talk about Mr. Scrooge, right? Oh my God, this guy was Mr. Sour, right? He said, "You got to do a bus connection, yeah, right?" I said, "Okay, we get out." Didn't tell him. Didn't find out. So we go over to the bus station, and it wasn't at the bus station. We ended up missing it, and then we go back, and we had to wait like an hour, and we get them like 1 a.m. But whatever. It was an adventure. It's just an adventure. You just drive.
You know what? The Cats being at Cat's Deli, it makes all that after that worth it. You know, it makes all that.
Opened in 1888.
Yeah, tough stuff.
And that's where Harry met Sally. That scene, that deli scene. Looks. You could spend hours just looking at all the pictures on the walls, all the celebrities who go there. And the way they have it set up, you walk in and they have 8 cutters, okay, and you get 8 lines. But we walk in, we waited 15 minutes. They give you a little ticket. So you order your sandwich, and they do they put the sandwich, and they give you all the pickles. They cut the pickles in front of you.
Yep.
They give you a little sample, you know, to taste.
Move things along pretty quickly.
So they just write the ticket, and then if you want sides, soda, beer, whatever, French fries, you go to another section. They write that. You eat, and then on your way out, you show them the card, and then they pay. So it's just only a couple people are touching money,
and it's world famous.
And they move a lot of people. They move a lot of people.
It's truly world famous. You know, me and Don and I were talking to a couple of guys from Italy.
Yeah,
who just were there for their first time as well. There were other people, you know, from China, Japan. Yeah, so
it's
definitely
unbelievable. And the cutter in front of me, he was from Italy, and you know, he's you know, he gives you a little plate, a sample while he's making it. Right, I'm watching him like people are filming it. They got the cameras in there. I wasn't gonna do that. I mean, I think that's cheesy.
I saw a couple of people who
they were just too much, right? Just too much.
Like massive cameras.
So they got a tip jar. It's from 5 in, right? So he cut me a little more up, man, and another plate. You know, a big smile on his face. It looked like everyone loved their job there. You know, so
absolutely.
I don't know who owns it, but it's been around since 1888. Yeah. There's a whole history behind that. We're gonna go back.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go back, and we couldn't move. Just one sandwich.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, so
I had cream soda for the first time in my life. They had like a Dr. something cream soda. It was really good.
So thank you everyone for listening to today. I'll be back next week. We'll be back next week to another edition of Middleboro Review.
That new guest, you make her come all the way to Taunton. Don't do a phone interview. She wants to come and drag her from whatever. Make it up at 4 a.m.
Well, I gave her the option to either do a phone interview or come.
Never got back yet?
Hasn't got back to me yet. She will. She definitely will. You know, we've been talking all week. So we're
well, it's somebody we talked to 3 years ago.
Exactly. Yes, I know. But we'll discuss that when we have her on. So yes. But yeah. We'll definitely, when we know when she'll be on, we'll let everyone know. All right, here we go. It is 8:02 a.m. Thank you, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow.
What's today's date?
Today's date's the 17th of May.
We lost Ronnie James Dio yesterday, 16th.
Oh, okay, yeah, 2010, 16 years ago yesterday. Wow. And then in June it'll be 17 years since Michael Jackson passed. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
We are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Breaking news this hour.
Good morning, gentlemen. Georgia here.
Today on the National Mall here in
Good morning.
DC, President
Good morning, Paul, as well.
250 event, a National Jubilee of Prayer, Praise, and Thanksgiving. It's a national gathering calling believers across America to unite in
Is
worship,
it Scott?
prayer, and gratitude. Organizers say the event will feature prayer, scripture, and prophetic praise. President Trump is urging a temporary suspension of the federal gas tax. The
President says
All right.
the move would give more than 100
Um,
million drivers and truckers short-term relief. His plan, which would pause the 18.4% gasoline tax and more costly
Yes.
diesel
Okay.
tax until
Good morning.
prices fall and then phase it back in.
All right.
Could save about $3 a fill-up, but may need congressional
That'll do it for
approval.
this
In the
program.
meantime,
Again,
some
I'll
states,
be
including
back
Indiana and
for another
Georgia,
edition of
have
Middleboro in
already
Review.
paused their
That will
gas
be next
taxes.
week. It'll be the 24th of May.
As Democrats continue to block funding
Tomorrow is
for
Middleboro
programs
Matters,
like
11 a.m. to 12 on the Middleboro Matters YouTube, Middleboro Matters Radio YouTube page. And then Friday, this upcoming Friday, is another edition of Hometown Talk. And that's going to be on Joey Driscoll's Hometown Talk YouTube channel as well this Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So great week of programming coming up. As always, great guests planned as well. Going to have Chachi on again at some point very soon, probably on the Hometown Talk show, probably on June 5th. So stay tuned for that as well. But bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Officials in over a half dozen states are going to new lengths to try and block